Now we'll check that. Okay, now it's good. Warning message. And now we get going to post down. Now let's again check if anything errors we are get, or if it is not getting, then it's good. Okay, interval does not exist. Expected. So go to FBN1, maintain for the interval 49, which we maintained last time. Okay. So FBN1, go to FBN1 number ranges, and for 49 we need to maintain the number ranges. So let's go to 49. So for 1000 company code, and the interval should be the 49, whatever the interval which is there, we just need to copy that. Okay, 49 ఇక్కడ ఉంది. So copy this one. Control C, insert, go up, enter 49 2022. Maintain save. Now go to this one. Now maintained. Now post. Let's check that if anything which need to be maintained. Now again we are getting some other problem. My God. Where is the text field? Text field, where is this text field? Why GL account level it is important? ఇదో జరుగుతుంది పోస్ట్ అవడానికి చూస్తుంది అనుకుంటా చూద్దాం ఇంకేం ఎర్రర్ రాకపోతే ఇట్ విల్ బి పోస్టెడ్ Okay, finally the document is posted. Okay, so the document is posted with 201K, that is cost center, so we issued from the consumer stock. So now the stock will reduce in our consumer stock. Okay, and let's see that stock where it is there, and MMBE stock. In MMBE stock, the stock will be reduced from the consumer stock. Okay, let's see. Under consumer stock, can we see here? And before that, I think it is 10,000 or 1,000 something it is there. Now it will be reduced from that to the 10 quantity from their stock, and now it is 990. Okay, so that stock which is issued now, for whatever we utilize the 10 quantity, for this 10 quantity only we need to pay amount. Okay, we the remaining the amount we need to pay for that. Before that, what we need to check, we need to check that FI document for this. Since it is 201K, okay, we are consuming the consumption stock, right? Now we have the accounting entries. But while doing GR, okay, while doing GR, we don't have any accounting interest. Why? Because that is the ownership will not be changed. But here this case is the ownership will be changed and we are ready to pay that. So now the accounting entries will be generated at the time of 201K, but not 101K. Okay, so you can see here the accounting entries are generated. Okay, and we need to be pay for the consumer settlements. Okay. So this is accounting interest. Okay. One is inventory account which is consumed, and one is we need to pay the consumption account. Okay. And okay. So this is 201K consumed stock. Okay. Now we need to be display one more thing. I forgot to show you 101K. How we can check that accounting interest? Okay. If you click on the FI document. Okay. Since it is a uh, it's not our own stock. That's why it is not showing any accounting documents for a 101K. But 201K, it will be generating the stock. Why? Because we are utilizing that stock and we are consuming the stock. We are planning to pay that amount to vendor. We are planning to pay the amount to vendor. Okay. Now, the what is the next transaction? We need to pay the amount for this whatever the utilized stock, whatever withdrawal stock we need to pay. The liability will be changed now, right? So what we need to do? We need to pay the consignment settlement. We need to do the consignment settlement, whatever the balance which we utilized. So here the transaction code is not MIRO. We have separate transaction code which is MRKO. Okay, MRKO is the transaction code. You are there? MRKO is the transaction code. Okay. Now I'm just entering my details, vendor, company code, plant. If you have a material document number, you can enter a material document number. Okay, posting date when it is posting, and you can see that display and settlement. Once you click on the display, it will display that what are the settlement we need to do. Okay, suppose let's say today I utilize the stock 10 times, then 10 times it will display what are the material document which is posted in the 201K or 411K, all these documents it will be displayed. Okay. So MRKO is the transaction code for consignment settlement. Even pipeline also the same transaction code. Okay. Consignment and pipeline, we are using the transaction code is MRKO. So I will enter the posting date today. Okay. And the posting date which is posted today and vendor tree. Okay. And then execute this one. It is capturing vendor number. Okay, we'll try one thing. We'll remove the vendor number also. We can. Okay. So I didn't enter the vendor number. Okay, well, because I already entered the posting date, right? Let's see how much posting happened today. Okay, so this is the document which is posted just now, right? Right. This is the document which is posted just now. Okay, it's not at settled. It is not at settled. Okay, if you can see that my material document number, if you see that, okay, this is the material document number. Where is the material document number? This is for the 101K, but 201K. So where we can see that material document list, we can see in the MB51, we can see what are the posted today documents, material documents we can see. Okay, so this is the, let's see, now we can see here by clicking on this. Okay, by clicking on this, you can see the movement type 201K and the quantity, okay, and who posted, okay, which vendor, and I think this is the material document number, right? This is the material document number which is posted now. Okay, the 16th and okay. Now, you know what we need to do? You just select the settlement and you can execute this one. And so then the system will post so the tax information which is not there, and why there is no tax information. Let's see. Name it 12. Name it 12. And the material number is 100, and the vendor number is 3, and company code is 1000. Okay, and plant and consummate. Okay, now tax code which is we need to maintain here, and condition tab. Okay, I think it's not sure. I think okay. Tender info card. Now let's go back and we'll try again. Okay. So you can see here only in the display level, while generating display. Okay. Okay, sorry, pipeline. Okay. Okay, you can see here is not settled. Why it is showing like that? Problem, where is problem? Okay. And I use this one. Let's see now. It is trying to post. Okay, we'll see any errors we are getting, any number ranges which we need to maintain, any tax which is not proper. Okay, so again here we are getting some other problem, which is zero line. But the process is the same. Okay, why, let's see why it is not happening. No, I just thinking that might be a problem with this one. The dates also there is a problem. Here document date and posting date it is showing 15, and but it is created on 016. Today is 16, right? I don't know why it is happening. Let's try with that. That is the way also. The problem with system or I don't know, but let's try. I will enter the 16 here. Tomorrow date. Will see how it will be how work. I think this time will not be take much time because we already posted one time, right? Now might be it will be post speed. Field text is okay. Wait. Now this is also posted. Now we'll try this one display. First we'll go for display. Let's see how many documents it is displaying. Now we need to show two documents. Now it is coming correctly. See here the price it is coming, but previous one it is not coming. So there is some date problem is there. Okay, in the system only it's problem have. So let's see. We can settle this one if it is coming or not. Okay. If it is everything is settled, then fine. If it is still not settled, then there might be some have the problems, which is configuration. We need to do output determination also for this. Consignment output determination also it's mandatory. Okay, now document is posted. That means it is created successfully. Okay, so FI payments are automatically it is happened. If you see that the payments automatically it is created invoice. So we don't need to be create MIRO manually. If we can create MRQO directly, it will be settled automatically the payments. So in the real time, what it will happen? They will run this in the background job. Okay. So whenever today evening 10 o'clock, they will run this job. Okay. Whenever we did 4-5 consumptions, all together it will be post at a time. Right? Any questions on this one? Any doubts? Are you there?
Yeah.
Any doubts? So just refer the video, okay? Okay, wherever there is a lagging is there, just skip and you just read the video, okay, and prepare the notes. Then you will be understand. You do one more practice. If you still not understand, I will explain about that. Okay. Now, in case so we already consumed 20 quantity, right? Now I just want to do. I want to withdraw the stock completely. I don't want to keep it in the consumer stock. I just want to withdraw the stock from the consumer stock. So I just want to take the complete ownership. Okay. So what we can do? We can do the transfer posting. Okay. So in this case, we need to do the transfer posting using moment type 411K. Okay. So this case we have to do transfer posting with others and the moment type is 411K. Now what we are trying to do? We are taking the complete ownership of the stock. Okay. So 100 and 1100 and 0001 and the vendor is 3 and let's say I need transfer the 100 quantity I just want to transfer the to my own stock. So okay, now I'm just transferring my own consumer stock to my own stock. Okay, so by click on this one, let's see if I'm getting any error messages. This is again a different case scenario, right? Top post. So this is the transfer posting. Obviously, we'll get some error message by maintaining the text. Okay, it's okay. Text, it's okay. That will maintain text. Okay, document. Okay, post. Okay, I think number range. My thought is for this also we need to maintain some number range, but some cases if it is finance documents it is same, then it's not required. Let's see if it is asking or not asking. Won't be asked, might be. If it is posting correctly, then it's fine. Okay, document is posted now. Okay, now as of now we consume the stock, right? One case is either from cost center, direct consumption. Okay. The second case is I just transfer to my own stock. So now the stock will reduce in the consumer stock. Okay, see 100 quantity, which is reduced and it is increased in the my own stock. It is moved to my own stock. Before that it is 1107, right? Now it is 1207. Okay, the stock is moved from the our own stock. So there is two ways we can do. One thing, either we can withdraw the stock and consume the stock, or we can withdraw the stock and we can transfer to our own stock. Now for this settlement also, okay, consumer settlement, the transaction code is same, MRKO. And MRKO, enter the vendor number and okay, any transaction is open. Document list and okay, and I'm just okay, not settled. Still it is not settled, but the quantity which you withdraw the 100 quantity, and if by clicking on this one material document number, you can see the your MOM type 411K, which is reposted just now. So there is a three MOM types in this scenario. One is 101K, which is the goods receipt, and 201K, which is goods issue, and 411K, which is for the transfer posting to our own stock. So you can see here the moment type, which is 411K consignment. So everywhere you can see the consignment special stock indicator, correct? So what do I need to be do now? Payment we need to do MRKO. Okay, and vendor company code. Vendor and company code, and I just settling now. No settlement. I'm doing settlement. Okay. If everything is looks good, tax code you are maintained, price you are maintained properly. Okay. All if you maintain, then the payment settlement will be happen automatically. Okay. Now this is the document which is posted, and you can take the output also here from messages here. You can see in the messages. You can go and you can click on this one messages. Okay. And for printout, okay, why? Because you need to intimate, right? You need to intimate to finance team, or you need to intimate to vendor. Okay, the payment settlement is done. Okay, you can take the output also. For this output KONS. Yesterday, if you see that for PO, that is NEU. Now this is for the KONS. So you need to remind this. You need to remember all these things. Just prepare the notes. Whenever you get these points, you just note down. Okay. So one output is selected and generated. Okay, you can see the output here by clicking on this one. Okay, again for this output determination is mandatory. Okay, for this output determination is different again. So you can see the consumer stock accounting, the payment pre-print. This is the output. Okay, this output you can submit to vendor. Okay, this payment is run and successfully. Okay, this is the 1 lakh rupees, 1 lakh rupees, and you can generate that. Okay. So you can ask for this output determination. Okay, we need to be maintain the output determination for this. Okay, that is also mandatory for the consumer settlement. Okay, we'll discuss that deeply in the output determination topic. Okay, but I will display. I will show you how we can do this one. Okay, here there is so many transactions, right? Okay, we need to maintain that. This is the invoice. Invoices and click on the output types, and here you can see the consignment. Okay, KI1S. So you need to maintain this properly the condition record for this. then only it will come. Okay, so you need to maintain that also. So this is the way we can do consignment process. In the consignment process, okay, here the mandatory steps are info record. Info records mandatory with price and tax code at plant level. Okay, so and ME13. Okay, you need to maintain that these combinations, vendor, material, purchase, plant combination, you need to maintain the price and tax code. Both you need to maintain. Price, this tax code also mandatory and price also is mandatory. And the second one is while creating PO, you have to enter the item category K. If you enter the item category K, then only it is consignment PO. Okay. The third one is there is no condition tab, there is no invoice tab in the PO to enter the price manually. So that okay. So it is a agreement between the consignment vendor and our own company. So we maintain the price at the time of initially in info record. So there is no price update in the PO. Then after that we are doing the GR goods receipt. Goods receipt with 101K movement type. Here what we need to understand, the stock it is placed in our location, but the ownership is not moved. So the still stock it is with the vendor stock. So in this case, what will be happen? There is no accounting entries 101K. So this is one important point. And then what we need to do, we got the stock and it is there in the under consumer stock. Now whenever you require the stock, you just utilize the stock. Okay, whatever the utilized stock, you need to pay the amount. Then only the liability of the ownership will be changed. Okay, either you can do two ways. One thing we can do the goods issue, or one thing we can do the transfer posting to our own stock. In case if you want to move the stock to our own stock and I want to be take the ownership of the complete stock, then you can move the stock from the vendor consumer stock to our own stock. That is the movement type is 411K. If you want to use from the cost center, consumption, direct consumption, that will be a 201K. So in 201K and 411K, we have the accounting interest. Whatever you utilize the stock, withdraw the stock, for that the system will generate the accounting interest. When it will be settled, you need to pay the MRKO payment, MRKO automatic consumer settlement. Okay. So here you have the option like settlement and display. First you go to display and check that the price and everything which is coming correctly. Then you need to do the settlement. Okay. Then the payment will be happen. So there is no MRO concept here. So this is the vendor
రివర్సల్ అప్పుడు ఎంఐఆర్ వస్తుందన్న.
Hmm?
గుడ్ రివర్సల్ అప్పుడు గూడ్స్ డ్యామేజ్ ఉన్నప్పుడు రివర్స్ చేస్తాం.
దేనికి
అంటే ఇప్పుడు గూడ్స్ మన పేమెంట్ అయిపోయి అన్ని తర్వాత గూడ్స్ డ్యామేజ్ ఉన్నాయనుకో రివర్స్ చేస్తాం కదా.
డ్యామేజ్ అంటే ఏ డ్యామేజ్? మనం స్టాండర్డ్ స్టాకా లేకపోతే ఓన్ స్టాకా లేకపోతే వెండర్ స్టాకా?
వెండర్ స్టాక్. వెండర్స్
కన్జ్యూమర్ స్టాకా?
కన్సైన్మెంట్.
కన్జ్యూమర్ స్టాక్ ఉన్నప్పుడు నువ్వు 101Kతో చేసావు కదా, 102K చేయొచ్చు, లేకపోతే 122K రిటర్న్ డెలివరీ చేయొచ్చు. దాని క్రెడిట్ మెమో రైట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు.
అదే స్టాక్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ అంటారు.
రిటర్న్ డెలివరీ చేయాలి.
ఓకే, రిటర్న్.
ఓకేనా? క్రెడిట్ మెమో రైట్ చేయాలి కదా, పేమెంట్ అయిపోయింది కదా.
ఓకే ఓకే. అదే నెక్స్ట్ రేపు ఆ టాపిక్స్ ఇంకా రాలేదు కదా ఊరికే.
ఇంకా రాలేదు. అవి వెండర్ రిటర్న్ స్టాక్ వస్తాయి టాపిక్స్. ఓకేనా? సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద వెండర్ కన్జ్యూమర్ స్టాక్ ప్రాసెస్.
ఓకే
ఓకే డన్. గుడ్.
ఓకే.
ఇవాళ